Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I'm doing part one of a tutorial for you. I've been making these wee baby albums for gifts. This one's a work in progress. This one's actually finished. Inside there'll be two wee albums, and today I'm showing you how to make the box. So I'm doing a Christmas version this time. I want to make two for each of the families for the grandsons for Christmas. You can get 10 photographs in. It's not bad. Now don't look at the bottom. That doesn't really matter. To me it doesn't anyway. If you want to line the bottom of it or line the sides, that's up to you, but I think this is plenty. I've used a wee Velcro closure, two wee things to hold the handle, two wee brads, and just decorate that one with a star, but I've all the other decoration to go, which I will do at a later date. But today we're doing the Christmas one, as I say, and I'm going with Balmy Blue and Balmy Blue and what? Very Cute Christmas Designer Series papers. So to start, you're going to need 2 sheets of your Balmy Blue. So you're going to cut, the biggest sheet will be 4 inches wide by 10 inches long. And we're going to call that A so you don't get mixed up. B, it is 4 inches by 6 inches in the Balmy Blue as well. C and D are the same, so you need 2 of those, and they need to measure 4 3/4 inches by 8 inches. And we're going to do a bit of scoring. You also need a wee piece for your handle, which is about 1 inch by 5 inches, but that's entirely up to you if you want to make a bigger handle or whatever. And then a wee piece about 3/4 of an inch and 5 3/4 inches, no, 4 3/4 inches to sit on top of it. For your decoration, you need 2 sheets of one design. I went with the whole front in the same paper, bar the handles, I changed it. So that's, again, your choice. But I'm going with the dark. You need 2 pieces that size, which are, where's my measurements? 2 by 3 7/8 square. So 3 7/8, just one wee notch below your 4 inches. 2 of those, and then you need 4 of these, which is 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. So just 4 of the matching paper for the outside. That covers your sides, your bottom, back, front and top. And then you need 2 for the inside, which I went different this time. I went with the same paper pack, but the smaller stars. You need 2 of those, and then I need to measure 2 inches. In fact, I think I changed that to 1 3/4. Yeah, they're the same. 2 more of the same size, only 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. Thought I was losing the plot there. Yeah, so them 4 are basically the same. And your wee bit for your handle. So you want to do a bit of scoring. Now, I'm greatly confused. Just believe me, it took me about, I'd say about 4 goes before I got these measurements worked out to suit me. It was driving me insane. I just was getting it wrong by a tiny wee notch. I didn't want to do the tutorial until I got it right. So your large sheet A, you want to score it at 2 inches, 4 inches and 8 inches. So 2 inches, 4 inches and 8 inches, and that will be your closure, your fold on top, your back, and then the underneath. So go to B next, and we're going to score it at 2 inches. Hold on, I'm going to double check this because I think I made another wee change. Yes, I was right, I did make a change there. Lucky enough I remembered before I ruined this one. So we're just going to score this one at 2 inches. So 2 inches on your B. The next one is C. And C and D are going to be scored the same. They are going to be scored at 1 inch, 2 inches, 6 inches, and 7 inches. And then you're going to spin it round and you're going to score it at 7/8. So we'll do that again. We're going 1 inch, 2 inches, 6 inches, and 7 inches, spin it round and score it at 7/8. Whoops, a daisy, stay in the right lane. Bold. Right, now we can do some scoring and sticking. So start off with your A, and we're just going to, we'll start here. The one with the 2 scores. Let me get my spoon folder. So just line that up and score it. Fold the next one, and then turn around and fold the bottom one in towards you again. Just make sure they're lining up nicely. So that's that one done. We'll go to B next. And B just has the 1 score line here, which we're folding up. C and D, you want to get your scissors, and we're just going to cut up these wee lines here, just up to that first score line. So just try and cut them in the center of that score and straight up. It's bad light this time of the night. For me, I'm hoping you're not too bad. So that's that one, and we'll just cut the other one while we have it here. This is D. Ignore that line, that was very bad. Slipped right out of my wee canal without meaning to. Saved a wee bit. It'll be on the inside anyway, I'll not see it. So you're just cutting up all 4. Goodness, I can't even see that score. God knows what this will come out like. So now you can do your folds. So you're going to fold them in. I think if you fold them towards your score line, you get a neater. Normally I would fold back the other way, but it gives it a big bulky thing and I don't like it. So score it with the narrower crease on the inside. So this is to form your wee inner pockets. There's no other way really, excuse me, to get round it unless you make it really bulky with double. I wanted the separated pocket. If you're just going to go with a box 2 inches wide that you put both albums in, that would be fine. But I'm dividing these like I did for the baby ones. I want one side for each child, so that's why I definitely went with the divide. So that's one. Do the same here. I love making wee albums, especially mini ones, and I haven't had much time at it. I'm actually in the middle of doing a big one for my late mother, all her information, and I keep getting distracted and taken away from it. It really, scrapbooking is nearly a full-time job. By the time you gather all the papers and embellishments and information, it really is a labour of love for sure. So we'll do these while we're here, excuse me. You can wipe off your letters, which hopefully you put on in pencil, because these are both the same. And what we're going to do is form a wee box. This one we'll call like so and like that. So you're left with a nice wee boxed shape. And we're using the central one to guide us when we fold it over. It will give us that full length if you make sure that it butts onto the desk wherever you're doing it, that it sits straight, and that will keep you straight. So we're going to put glue on both the inner ones there. A nice wee strong glue if you have it, or a bit of tape if you prefer to use the tape. So just fold them up and use that to butt that in and butt it down so that it's a really good corner. Like you can see, gives you a nice inner corner. Don't worry about the wee bits hanging over, that is all part of the shape to keep you right, and nobody's going to see it inside, nobody's going to look in the interior. So now you want to glue on these on the inner sides of them. Alright. So you're tapping that down and trying to get it nicely so it's beaten off the top of your inner one. You can see there it leaves a wee gap, so that keeps everything square for you. Because I did it without doing this and it was very hard to get it to a square, and you want the box being square going inside. So you can use your bone folder and make sure everything's pushed down, and then just go ahead and do the same for the other one. So you should be left now with 2 containers that are going to go like so. So you're left with the nice wee inner pocket, and this will be your front, your closure. Your closure will be here. So we're going around those corners. You can rub that off. This is the A that you're now working on. And you can round your corners on the top flap. There's 2 scores there. Round your corners on this one. Oops. So now we want to attach these. And I'm going to attach one fully onto the back. And then this one I'm going to glue here, and this one will sit here. And this is the time that you want to make sure that everything is nicely lining up. Just double check everything. You just have the same width as the box, so make sure you have it all the way you want it to be. I'm actually going to go in with a softer glue to give me sort of a chance. I'm going to trim these wee things here in case they cause any annoyance. They're that small I can hardly trim them. But you never know. That one seems okay. So put glue on the back of one of your boxes. Or your pockets, I should call them, really. And if you set that up, line it up, hope you can see this. With that wee bit of wiggle room with this glue, it allows you to make sure that everything is inside the cover. You don't want anything hanging out over the edges. So, and you want to make sure that it's down. And just watch, because I know I'm inclined to slip a bit with this glue. Good that it gives you wiggle room, but it can be a slippy process. So I'm going to stall and let that come straight, let it dry and come straight. So I'm going to add glue to this one and this one. And again, I'm using my nice slippy glue so that I have time to play about with it. So we're putting the flat side, this flat side, this way. And again, get your box standing up. Make sure these are meeting. Make sure it's inside the box at the bottom on both sides. You have nowhere to give it a grip here, so just try and press it together with your hands and then double check. Your wee split at the side will be covered, but you want to make sure that it is meeting. as much as you can. Oh, you know what? That's why I kept these here. Slide double blocking. That gives you the opportunity to press down nice and hard where it's important. And just slide them over and do the same. And that should help it. So it's just 2 double blocks there. Now, we're nearly there. What we need to do now is this is going to be the front of our box. So this is our last wee piece B. So you can rub out your letter B. And this is going to sit like so on the front and be attached to the box. So at this stage you want to check it. If you find that it's sitting up higher and you don't like it, trim it. If you don't mind, I'm not overly worried about it, to be honest with you. I think it gives the lid a nice flat closure, so it keeps that good and, you know, where you want it to be. So if you're not happy with it, change it, but that's what I'm going with. So we want to glue this to the bottom because we want this one going over the back, so the joints at the back. So I'm going to use a good strong glue this time. And you'll need to go in again with your bone folder and make sure that it takes through the pieces. So set it up and double check there's nothing overhanging. Like so. Okay. So now we need to attach this one to here, here and underneath. Give this a wee press. Just make sure everything's taken. So glue on the bottom of this. And again, make sure you get it where you need it to be. Line it up at the front before you press anything and then flip it over. Make sure you're happy. That seems fine to me. So now we want to glue these 2 sides. So again, just make sure that's nice and straight up. And flip it over and you can see where mine is slightly longer, but that balances the lid out for me. So there's a method in all my madness, but as I say, the choice is yours. If you want to change anything, adjust any information, this suits me and that's what I'm going with. So we're there, we finally made it, and all we need to do now is decorate it. So you get out your pieces. We have a back and a front, which we'll do now. And I'm going with the Collall glue just so that I can swish it about. Oops. So just centralize that. Best you can do. I'm using Don't want that to happen, sure I don't. That was pretty paper, isn't it? Same for this side. Oops. Right, so we're going to do the two sides. The only one that we'll have to change is the one for the cover. So we have one side, two sides, and then one at the top, which is fine, you don't need to do anything with. But the one that is going to go here, you want to round those corners. So set it on, know that you're happy with it, and then just round those. So I'm going to leave you, stick these on and come straight back. I'm not going to do inside yet because I want to show you something before you go that far. So if you're following along, just do that. Stick all those bits on first. So I'm back. It's all covered. Just want to add our wee handle now along with our closure. So I've gone ahead and stuck my piece of paper to the piece of card that I cut. I totally forgot to round my corners, so I'm not going to bother rounding them. But at this stage, before you stick it together, round your corners if that's the look you want. So then just curl it a wee bit. Go into your scoreboard and just give it a wee light score at 3/4 of an inch. And then just go back in and do that wee central piece another wee bit. So you want to be able to fold those out so that you're creating your wee handle. And then you want to put your box down and get a piece of foam that you don't mind punching into. Set it up like so. We're going to put our handle on here from edge to edge in the center of the box. And I think the best way of holding it is with a brad. So get yourself a brad. I'm going with these ones. I am lucky enough to have 2 of them left, wee snowflakes. So I thought, well, it's Christmassy and the box paper is snowflakes, so we'll go with that. So I'm punching a hole through the handle and the lid. And we're just going to pop that in there. These are really ancient, honestly, they're so old. I'm going to go through this first. And then push it through that one. And that saves you faffing about with glue to try and hold it. So open that, give it a wee press so that it flattens nicely. And make sure you keep that straight. So we're going to do the same with the other side. Tip it up. Make sure you line it up so that it looks straight, and then punch that in the center. And get your other one, do the same. I'll lift it again. So through one, and then through the back one. Make sure it's nicely lined up, and then open your gates, or your legs, whatever you prefer to call them. So I'm just going to press that down again like I did the last one, just to make sure it's nice and flat on the other side, because we want to stick our paper over the top of that, and that's why I didn't want you to do that first. On this wee one, I forgot and rushed ahead, so I had to cover the legs with brads, or with card candy to cover it, because I didn't put them in till after. So, well, I always do something wrong. So you want to get your 2 pieces of paper now. One will go here, and the other one will go here, and that's the one with the rounded corners. So make sure and do it the right way. I'm going to put the front facing, flip it, and then we're just going to stick these two in place. If you need to put a wee bit of double-sided tape over the top of that if you want to keep it from showing through. Excuse me, entirely up to yourself, but I'll be back in a sec when I've stuck these in place. That wee bit. I'm using wee Velcro dots to stick. So get the first one and center it. You put it onto this. You'll be able to get a better look at it where it's going. So you want it up towards the end, but giving yourself thumb grip. Does that look in the middle at all? Should mark it, shouldn't it? But I'm not going to bother. So I'm sticking that one there. And I'm picking up the opposite one on the other sheet. Right, interrupted again, sorry. So the other side, I'm just going to stick it onto the box, or attach it to the previous one, so the sticky side's facing out, and then stand your box up. Make sure the sidings are where you want them to be, and just press it. Now, it's not getting a real good press, so be careful when you're taking it apart. And then just press both so they're well caught. And that should do you. The decoration would be the next thing. I'm not going to do that with you today because you'll end up decorating them different. Like I've gone with a star on this. I might cut a snowflake there. I'm just not sure, but I want to do December. I might put December there just, and then big numbers, 2023, because that's what I'm basing it on, is the December box. So, but if you're going with a baby one, decorate it up, and my next video will show you how to make the cute wee albums. They're so lovely and so easy to make, and you will enjoy decorating them. So, hope that's of good to you. I really love making these. They make such a great present. If you go to craft fairs or anything, they will be ideal because people just stick their own wee photos at home, or if they're living near you can do that for them. But either way, decide what you're going to do, and hope the measurements work out okay for you, and I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.